slowly as I live and breathe. How the hell are you?
How are you getting on?
Sensational. Good to be back.
Yeah, it feels I don't know, the first week of January felt like it was about 5 years long.
Yeah, I got a text yesterday saying, lad, it's still January.
Yeah.
So true, isn't it?
It's crazy because the days go fast, but the month goes slow.
Yeah. And Wyatt, my son, obviously, like every other kid in Ireland, isn't in school at the moment. So you're like, oh, what will we do today? What are we going to do today, guys?
Is he at the age where you have to like homeschool him a little bit, or he's
yeah, they sent us some homework to do with him and just activities and stuff, which is we were doing stuff anyway, but
yeah,
like playground and going to the beach and just walks and this kind of stuff and keep him active and
nice,
because like he won't sleep if he's like he'll get so wired that he has to wreck our lives. But look.
I know. And it's just, you know what? But everyone's going through this now because it's more like of a global lockdown again. So
exactly. But sure, look, we'll manage.
We will manage.
On a scale of 1, I'm gone out of focus, am I? Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how like delighted are you to be back at work? Like 12?
To be honest though, like I know this Christmas and stuff, it wasn't really a massive blowout for anyone, right? Because we couldn't really go out or like see a lot of people. But even just like closing the laptop was such like a reset for me anyway. And like I feel really focused now going into even like this week and just like full of new ideas, even though I didn't necessarily blow off steam. It's just even just nice to be back into some routine again.
Yeah.
You know,
well, it'll be interesting to see what I think will happen. Well, I don't know what will happen, but will people start having those blowouts again at Christmas? Or they're like, actually, no, I enjoyed my very, very quiet Christmas at home?
Well, now. That was the optimist inside of me being like, it was okay, but like, you can't beat human interaction. Like that's one thing I really miss. And I'm a hugger. Like I'm a person that even when I'm talking, and you know yourself, when I talk to you, I'm in your personal space. Like there's no such thing as personal space for me. So I just think that people need even just, and it's not that you have to go out and like get drunk or whatever. I think it's just human interaction and like not having paranoia. You know, it's like even when we were allowed to like kind of play, we still had to be so mindful of social distancing and like people and crowds. And I just can't wait to not feel that paranoia anymore. And like, I'm happy to dance on a dance floor until all hours of the morning and just like.
And bump into someone and not worry if they had Coca.
And someone spills their drink in you and you're like, that's fine, buddy.
This is my round.
Do what you got to do. So yeah, I think people will appreciate that more. Obviously, I think people have appreciated the smaller things a lot more, which I do think is a good thing. But I equally think we need human interaction, social outings to actually blow off steam and have that kind of release every now and then.
Let's stop talking about COVID because people are sick of it. They're talking about marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing.
I
saw some great stuff over Christmas. Did you? Great campaign, great just posts, and it was good.
Yeah.
Creativity kind of kick up.
Yeah, and I think like obviously now I am kind of, and I think it's normal anyway, but TV ads are getting very repetitive because obviously companies can't really film. So it's just like, here's an old ad and then like almost having to be like, this was filmed pre-COVID and this was filmed whatever. So
hashtag throwback to our 1986 advert. You're like,
yeah, and you can tell the ones that obviously spent a lot of money on their Christmas ads that are now just like throwing anything on the TV or anything online just to show that they're marketing, you know?
Yeah, well, John Lewis fell completely by the wayside, didn't it? Exactly. I can't even remember it.
I don't think I even saw it. And if I did, I forget it already.
I actually, is it an animal or something? No, I forgot it.
They usually have animals.
Yeah, I forgot it. It wasn't amazing anyway. But we discussed it anyway. Huge headlines. Well, not huge headlines, but just like pain in the ass headlines, really, isn't it?
Pain in the arse for advertisers, especially December, January with the new iOS update. Like
before you launch into it, if you want to find out more, you did a great video on Reels about it. So go to Muriel's Instagram, check out her, not her Reel, her IGTV.
Yeah, I decided to do a bit of research before I switched my brain off.
Mm.
But now the iOS update is here. Like I got prompted now literally this morning to like update my phone. So it's very, very much here. But it's a really big headache for especially for Facebook right now because of all of their adverts opportunities and audience targeting. So basically with this new update, the iOS 14.3 update, it is really, really focused on data protection and privacy. Now, I know this is what they claim, right? Because obviously they're Apple and they want to be like, no, we're protecting your data, whereas they know everything
Mhm.
about us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
They're selling our
everything.
data. You can't sell our data, but we'll sell your data.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's because like Apple have more power, right? Because Facebook, yeah, they have all of these applications and all of these amazing opportunities and they've WhatsApp. We're on a Facebook application so many times throughout the day,
Mm.
but we're using an iPhone to do these things. So Apple do have more power, right? Because they control the device. So basically, they're really, really pushing this privacy policy. And essentially, what's going to happen is any kind of third party publishers or any third party, we'll say social media sites, they're going to prompt you to opt in
Mm.
to your data and kind of cookies being tracked from the app. So you go onto Facebook, then you go onto like a website and your cookies are generally tracked from Facebook and then it opens Safari or whatever and it tracks that data. But now you have to actually opt into it as opposed to before when you're automatically opted in and you have to like find your way to opt out of something.
Did you find the wording was quite harsh? Not harsh, but
Mm.
abrupt in the scenario of you are being tracked from app to website to app to the way they worded it makes you want to say no, don't track me.
Yeah, well, Apple are doing it because they want to have the data. They want to own the audiences because Facebook has so much power because it has so much data.
Mm.
So I think that like with that, obviously there's going to be there was a lot of like we'll say between Facebook and Apple there was a huge thing between the two of them before Christmas. Like Mark Zuckerberg was like, you can't do this, like it's going. Now they played on the fact that um basically small businesses depend on data because if somebody's on your website, you can then retarget them with ads. And that makes
Mhm.
more sense because you know that they're familiar with their brand. They may not have purchased from you, but they've viewed a product. So now, if they're shown that product again, they're more likely to actually purchase it, buy it, and convert. So they were playing on this thing being like, this update is going to really damage small businesses, but it just didn't work. And Apple were like, we're still doing it. It's still happening. So they just have to kind of grin and bear it. But Facebook have been kind of quiet since. Like they have updated like the Facebook resource section has updated like how it affects your ads, what you can be doing. And that's why I made that like video synopsis of just a couple of things you can be doing to prepare for the update. But they haven't really said much more beyond that. So they need to keep updating us to be like, now that the update has happened, here are some case studies of how businesses have adapted and how they're continuing. Because I think we need that, because things like if somebody goes to your website from Facebook, before you used to be able to create a custom audience from those people and then retarget
Mm.
them with ads again. But now, obviously, if somebody opts out of their data being tracked, your audience numbers are going to be much smaller. It's not to say that they're not going to be tracked, because obviously you can still opt into your data being tracked and you're still going to be shown ads. It's not saying, do you want to be shown ads? Because everyone in their right mind would say no. But it's more, are you okay with your data being tracked? And people are probably just going to say, well, I'm hoping people will say yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think I will say yes. Will you?
Yeah, because the thing is, right, you're still going to get served ads. So, irregardless, I'd rather the ads that are served to me to be more tailored and more relevant
Mm.
versus like there's like I hate going online and getting targeted with ads that are just not relevant to me whatsoever. So I
So
think
frustrating.
yeah, so I think I like personally I will opt in because I'm like, like
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
rather
yeah,
see ads
exactly.
that are more relevant. So, yeah.
Did you get the WhatsApp nod? Did you get the little pop up the WhatsApp update? We're making terms and we're changing our terms and conditions.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
the
go.
last step now to the merge messenger, isn't it?
Oh, 100%, but I didn't go through it. I should have.
No, I looked. I was like, yeah, okay, I don't care. Yeah, so basically that's the last step for the WhatsApp Messenger. That in the next, I think they said the next quarter. This quarter, that
Yeah.
app or whatever it's going to be is going to be so your Instagram, your Messenger, your Instagram messages all in the one app, the one go to place. It's going to be Business Suite because I hate Business Suite.
Yeah, but
anyway, that's an argument for another day.
yeah. Sorry, do you want to talk about another headline? Because
No,
I
no,
feel like I kibosh the first.
not at all, not at all. See, to me, that like I just have kind of branding and kind of other brand stories that I have. But
Yeah.
if you have major headlines, go for it. I have like Coca-Cola stuff and just that kind of stuff.
Oh, brands. Okay, so I suppose one other kind of bigger update as well was that Facebook are updating the business pages. So in the next, well, this quarter, they're going to completely overhaul Facebook business pages. And I don't blame them because reach on business pages have gone way down. Opportunities on
Atrocious.
Facebook, yeah, really bad. And I just think that they've put so much effort into Instagram that they've kind of forgotten about Facebook. And it needs an overhaul because the pages, like even the new layout that they have is just there's so much going on a Facebook page
Mm-hmm.
that they need to just clean it up and tidy it up. So they're making it much more streamlined. They're getting rid of the like button. So the page like button, when you go onto a page. So they're just going to be, you can just follow a page, but they're not going to show like how many likes it has anymore or anything like that. It's going to be very much more about like engaging people, giving them more options to do like Q&As, and adding to stories is going to be so much easier for a page because right now it's quite hard to actually add to your story. It's a little bit like temperamental at times. And they're just making, and they're going to make a designated news feed for business pages as well. So yeah, so it's going to
Well,
be
I have that already. I have the designated news feed for pages, so I can switch between. Is that what you mean?
yeah.
So yes, I swap between. So yeah, like again, does it help? I don't know. Will it help? Like again, as you said, the organic reach is so bad. Like so, if I put a post on my page up, I have 20,000 plus followers on my Facebook page. If I put a post up, I'm lucky to get 30 views.
I know.
Like it's
Yeah.
insane.
Now I do
Pay
think
to play, baby.
yeah, it's pay to play, but it's also consistency of posting. Like if you do consistently post, and I mean like 3 to 4 times a day, every single day, then that's going to be in your favor if you have, a few thousand people who follow you. But it's very, very hard to grow organically from zero on Facebook. Very hard, unless you advertise, obviously.
Who's I talking about it? Oh, I was on the What's Up podcast with Alison Desmond. And we were talking about it. Remember Facebook back in 2015 when it was like LinkedIn organic? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
2014, 2015, where you put a post up and it was just organic. And you're like, class.
that was way
Do you remember
before.
that? I just remember being in 96 and it just being organic as hell. Because I was doing posts for 96 and it was super organic and I was like, class. It was
Yeah,
it was probably close to the end of 2015. Yeah, was when that stopped.
because my when I was managing pages in Media Manager, it was 2012, 2013. And I remember I had like €50 for like Audi Cork, and I was like, whoa, they're advertising. But our reach was like, it was all organic. There was no paid. It was a beautiful time.
It was a good time. Let us throw back to those times.
Yeah.
Did
But
you
now
see
it's
the
like,
Coca-Cola, the new Coca-Cola? Sorry, go on.
no, I was just gonna wrap up by being like, now it's not just about ads, it's about content as well. So there's a lot of more pressure on businesses. Go on, tell us about your brands.
My brands, Coca-Cola have a new campaign coming. Remember the Share Coke with the Woody? That was one of the biggest campaigns of all time, where they put people's names on bottles and cans, and just their sales quadrupled. They're starting a new campaign, and it's called Open Like Never Before campaign. So it has on the side of it, so they're removing the logo completely off the can, and it's the likes of "I promise to blank just for you," and you have to fill it in yourself, and you could give it to someone as a present, or what better time for us to blank than now, ? So it kind of gives like a little message, or I'll never take blank for granted. So it's being open like never before. It's cool. I don't think it's going to have as much impact as the Share Coke campaign, because people just love seeing their name on stuff. I don't know what it is about us human beings. We just love to see our name on anything. So yeah, it's interesting to see how it goes. Like, they're just, because of the pandemic, because of 2020, how bad it was, they're saying 2021 is a new year. We're going to be excited. We're going to be open like never before. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, they are. To be fair, they're very good with their marketing. They're quick.
Well, to me, they own Christmas.
Do you think?
It's like, well, hold on a second now. I said to you in mid-November, we need to talk about Christmas marketing. And the first thing you did was,
holidays are coming.
You know?
That's actually very true. That's very true. But
it just that whole thing.
But I don't know, if you ask somebody what brand owns Christmas, would they say Coca-Cola? Interesting. Maybe
We'll put it up
something
there next year.
I was going to say, maybe let's throw it up on the story.
Yeah, we can.
See what people say.
There's no, there should be an option to vote on TikTok. You know, you can always vote in the comments, I guess, but
yeah.
There
is polls, but they're whitelisted to like the creme de la creme on TikTok.
Yeah. We're not going to do a pro bono today. We're going to push that for next week. I'm going to get a whole bunch of new names.
Yeah.
This is an introductory back, as you said, to the new season. Although I hate calling them seasons, but anyway.
I like it. Why don't you like
it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
dislike it, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a prick like that. Yeah, sorry. Facebook is testing the new, more easy. Have you seen the new post composer?
Yes.
So they automatically recommend your photographs to just appear.
Yeah, I think that like they need to do this work though. And I think that the mixture between the Creator Studio and Business Suite kind of makes up. Like they need to kind of help businesses a lot more now than ever before. So yeah, it makes sense.
Like this time, not even a year ago, they were saying, "Oh, we're focusing on your family and your friends, and we're kind of coming away from the business posts." And now it's like, "Oh no, we're focusing on business and we're focusing on small SME businesses." I'm like,
I know, but it is needed though, because especially now with small businesses being like closed for so long, they like, I think Facebook are like, well, we need to, well, obviously, look, everything is marketing, right? So the reason why they're really pushing, we're helping small businesses, is obviously because that's their PR.
Ad spend.
Yeah, their PR is like, well, our USP is small business, so keep it going, you know.
Keep it going, bastards! You bastards! But sure, look, we'd be lost without them. We'd have no jobs, huh?
Well, that's yeah.
Do you ever follow the week?
I don't really. I was like, let's just have a chit chat.
Me to go, and do you want? Oh yeah, fine. I just kind of got some stuff for it just in case.
Do you have any more brand stuff that you want to talk about?
There was not really. Well, there was one in Oatly I saw in Singapore, which is pretty cool. They introduced a whole campaign to Singapore for Oatly, the oat drink.
Oatly.
You know what? In fact, Oatly, so it's an oat milk, right?
Yeah.
But legally, this is an blow my mind scenario. They actually legally can't call it oat milk because it's not milk. So if you look at any packaging of any oat drink, it's actually oat drink, not oat milk.
Weird, because I get oat milk.
Yeah, but it's not. So if you look at any packaging, it's actually not oat milk. It doesn't say oat milk. People just started calling it oat milk because it looks like milk. Oat drink. Fact. Dang. But they've started these really cool campaigns where it's literally just completely obvious and to the point, saying we made this poster so that you would find this and put in your coffee, and it's the picture of their brand, and it's interesting. I think it's very abrupt, and I like that kind of take on stuff. Here's our product, go buy it, try it. Instead of trying to be sexy and like ooh baba, it's on brand, it's on point, it's cool. That's really what caught me this week. Nothing too crazy. I have that happy story that I was telling you about. I thought it was class.
Yeah, I like that.
But I go with it.
Hit us.
So I saw this. My brother pointed out to me, because I don't know. I didn't see it, but he pointed out to me. So there was a Cork family's dog stolen from her kennel in Middleton, County Cork, back in June of 2020. They put out a huge awareness thing on Facebook. Please help us find our dog, Ruby. Please, please, please. We love her so much. The campaign went a good bit viral. And a few months ago, a woman in Somerset in the UK contacted Gardaí after she saw the viral appeal, saying that she saw Ruby was for sale on a British website. So with the help of the Somerset police, Ruby was reunited with her family safe and sound this week. So how awesome is that? Because of a Facebook campaign, they saw the dog was for sale on some UK website, and back to Middleton, back to Cork. She was reunited with her family, and the dog is good. She's back to her old self, and she's happy out. They removed her microchip when they stole her.
That's
viciousness, like
awful.
it's disgusting. Like, but look, she's safe and she's back, and it's a good news story. I said to you, should we introduce this every week? But then I thought, geez, what happens if there's no good news stories this week or whatever week?
Yeah, it just shows the power of social media.
What I will find very interesting, and some of you might find it interesting as well, is I don't know, did you see HBO's recent post? Did you?
No.
Sex and the City is back for a new season.
What?
So what I think would be very interesting to see how they actually approach it. Yeah. So if you go to HBO or whoever, the Sarah Jessica Parker's post, she's back doing, I think this says the story continues. Yeah. She picks up the phone. So it'd be very interesting to see if them, I know herself, this is complete popcorn, but anyway, I know herself and Kim Cattrall weren't friends or fam, but they didn't like each other at all during sets. They hate each other. So what I'm very interested to see is what kind of marketing campaigns they're going to approach with it. Are they just going to kind of just blast it out? We're back. Are they going to be subtle? Like in this promo, there's no one, it's just shot in New York and a typewriter or the computer screen, like you saw her lettering and stuff.
Where am I supposed to find this?
Sarah Jessica Parker's Instagram.
Sarah Jessica Parker, okay.
Or HBO, like whoever has it. Sarah Jessica Parker. It's just literally shot to the city and then saying the saga continues or the story continues or something. ... So, like, it'd be hilarious. People are like, oh my God, Sex and the City's back. Thanks, Jay. I'm content as king. I'm like, son of a bitch. Meryl's lost in the video.
Sorry, I'm looking at it with sound off, which is a really bad idea because it's obviously narrated. I'm like, I don't get it.
It's only one line. It's only one line in the whole thing.
Oh.
But I'd be interested to see how HBO goes about it and how they actually market it.
That's just, I don't think they even need to market that. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
We will watch.
Exactly. I just want to put it out and say, oh, we're back. Or will they do kind of quirky campaigns towards it, or
to try and maybe get like the younger kind of the new age young adults to see, because like obviously it's more of an our generation thing, so it'll be interesting to see.
It is, isn't it? So like
grab them
the 21-year-olds. Yeah.
We'll see.
My follow of the week applies because we had some people get back to us about the show I recommended a while back. Remember Undercover Billionaire?
Yes.
So a few people got back onto me saying, oh my God, I love that show. Thank you for putting me onto it. Again, it's on YouTube. It's a great show. But season 2 just started. And one of the main characters, so there's 3 billionaires this time. One of the main characters is Grant Cardone. Grant is, if you like Gary Vee, you might like Grant. If you don't like Gary Vee, you probably won't like Grant. He's very in your face. He's very loud. I make lots of money. I'm here to make money. He's kind of one of those kind of guys. But he does hit you with some good examples and good facts, and he kind of does motivate you somewhat. But he's very brash and he's very loud. And I think I like that. You pay attention to that kind of noise, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's Grant Cardone, so GrantCardone. Again, check him out. If you don't like him, I understand. If you like him, I also understand. That's my follow of the week in American Billionaire. Good tips about tax and all this kind of stuff. And like he's 17 companies and he's this billion and this, but like it's all loud and broad. But look, it is what it is.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you have a room 101?
So my room 101 is, there's my dog again. we we apologize for this interruption. So mine is more okay. So some small businesses will get a graphic designer to do some work for them, right? So they might just be like, can you create 10 templates that we can use or 10 posts for us because we can't do graphic design. And instead of if there's edits, instead of going back to the designer for edits, that they like go into Microsoft Paint or pop into their stories or do whatever they can to like scratch out something or change it or correct it. And it's just like they're designing over a beautifully designed, high resolution image because they can't go back to the designer, or they're like, oh, sure, look, we'll just change it ourselves, or like copy and paste something over it
Yeah,
and repost it.
it
Like
just
that.
destroys all the work.
Yeah, I know. And I've seen it every so often. And like designers will spot that too. If there's like a different font used or if there's like a block over something. I think it's just like don't edit something that a designer has done, or don't try to like take portions of it and re-edit it and change it and stretch it, to just go back to the designer and just ask them for the changes. Like go back
Yeah.
and ask for changes.
Yeah, it's not going to cost you that much for a quick re-edit. If it's just one line, I'm pretty sure they'll just knock out and say, look, it's grand, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's what I do now. Like, yeah, if people are quick edits, they're like, oh, can we? And I'm like, yeah, of course, no problem. Oh, I have a story for you.
Yeah.
A story annoyed me, and they might see this, but I don't care. I was working with a client, a musician, and we're just planning 2021, and he's rebranding and stuff, and he's a friend of mine as well, so it's kind of just I can talk bluntly with him, and he will see this probably, and if he knows who he is, but it just really got to me because I was looking over like the year in review of TikTok, and it was so interesting to see the analytics and the numbers they got. But then I was saying to him, look, you need to get on TikTok, we need to sort this out. And he's my age, but he's of that mindset, and there's so many people out there. Sure, TikTok's is for dancing teenagers. That's what he said to me, and I was like, oh, I want to go, yeah, you're right, bud, and kind of forget about him, and just not forget about him because obviously he's a friend of mine, but forget about it and go, yeah, grand. But I know how good TikTok will be good for him. I know what I can do for him. So I'm not finding it hard because I will bring him around to it. I think he saw something recently with Ed Sheeran on it. So he thought, oh, look, we might look at TikTok. But it was just like, come on, man. I already have so much content in my mind that I can do for you that I'm trying to get his music submitted to Instagram so it can be on the stories and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to rant. I wanted to vent to you about that.
Well, do you know what? Is he using Reels?
No. Just using stories of the like, this is it, and I'm trying to push, and he's saying, let's wait till the rebrand. I'm like, we can still be building while you're branding.
Yeah, because I just think like TikTok and Reels are where it's at for musicians. 100%. Imagine if like something that he created, even from an original, and then somebody used that sound for a challenge, and then that challenge went viral. Like, insane.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was saying to him, I was like, do you remember? I was like, you said, oh, TikTok's for small girls or whatever it is. He's like, yeah. I said, did you see the Ocean Spray cranberry campaign? He was like, oh, I saw some guy on a skateboard. I was like, that guy on the skateboard literally sold out the entire line of Ocean Spray cranberry in 1 month. They couldn't restock. Like, they completely sold worldwide out of that stuff off one TikTok. Like, what are you doing, brah? But look, we'll get there. And I'll publicly share when we do get there, and you can follow him and give him abuse.
Yeah, and I know I don't really share who my clients are, but I will say that one of my clients started using Reels back in December, and they're consistently posting. And one of them went viral and got 350,000 views on their Reel.
Class.
Yeah.
Was there any ROI to business, do you see, or just like growth?
Huge growth in like engagers and obviously like audience size and everything, followers, everything.
Brilliant.
So
brilliant.
It's like Reels are very much, they're very, very much important. Very important.
Yeah. Very much alive. Yes. I need to kick our ass into building more Reels. I'm sorry about that. For this podcast. You're killing it on Reels. My Room 101 is Instagram. What the F, brah? why can't I send a link through Messenger anymore?
A link
If
to
I copy and paste the URL to message, if I copy and paste the URL to you in an Instagram message, it's dead. They won't let you click it anymore. It's just text.
Get it.
The hyperlink isn't there. I'll send you one right now.
I do.
Let's do it right now.
Do it.
So,
But you know what?
just do it.
Instagram is still so temperamental. But one thing I still really, really want is Reels insights. What the hell? Why can't we see any insights on Reels? As in, all we can see is numbers of views, likes, and comments, but no insights other than that. Like no reach, no nothing. It's so frustrating because it's not included in your general insights then for like content interactions. It's so frustrating.
Hold on a second. I fucked up.
That's fine.
It's working for you, but then I sent several yesterday to people and it didn't work.
Yeah, because
I was like, I'm putting this in my goddamn thing. Oh, I'm sending Instagram reels to Instagram Instagram links to people, and it's not working. I was sharing a profile to someone else saying, check this person out, and it just came up dead. And I was like, what the hell? I literally just copied and pasted, like, the 3 dots, share this, or copy this profile.
Yeah.
Are
you okay?
Sorry, my room 101 is kind of 50-50 there. I guess it is working and it isn't working. Let me know if you're experiencing this as well, so I'm not going completely insane.
Yeah, it's definitely it's glitchy. It's glitchy AF, and I know we talked about this the last time. I think it was in like 2 or 3 of my room 101s. I was like, seriously, Instagram. But yeah, it's
so bad.
Terrible. Terrible.
Why should I pay a therapist when I have you, Muriel? When I can just vent on you and you can laugh at me and you get a good laugh out of it. And it's kind of a 50-50, you know?
I do. You kind of remind me of like, those like grumpy men that just have I didn't say the word.
I'm not that person though.
But
come on, I don't care. I'm not that person.
Yeah, you don't hold back.
Outside of the studio, I'm quite bubbly and I'm like, hi guys, banter.
Yeah, I know. But no, I get it because I get so frustrated with Instagram. I want to have an undo button on stories as well. Like when you're editing a story and then one thing, like you accidentally tap the main thing and then it just takes over everything and you can't put it back. Undo, give us an undo button.
It sends shivers up my spine how angry I get at that.
Oh, so angry.
Because if you're doing tons of them, if you're doing if you're in the mode, like I don't have time for this, I get this post out, and they do that, and you're like, you fucking, and you delete you swipe it down to delete it, and re-upload the GIF, and you're like, you.
Oh yeah, I get so frustrated. You could spend a lot of time on one story, and then I'm like, it's not worth it. So yeah.
And if for us to be doing a lot of time on one story, can you imagine the normal SME user or the person who isn't massive into stories trying to do it and like, nah, fuck this, why am I bothering?
Yeah, what's the point? Yeah. Yep.
User-friendly people.
Yep. Please and thank you.
Come here. I'll let you go. It's been a good chat, good catch up.
Next week is going to be full of content. Because content
so is much damn. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Let's put a call out for pro bono. We're going to put a call out for pro bono. Yes. I think that we're ready to so if you are listening to this and you have an Instagram account and you want us to have a look at it and give you our thoughts on how you're doing, and if you need some suggestions, we are here to do some pro bono on that and share your room 101s. And yeah, next week's going to be jam-packed.
Mm-hmm. And Diane, one of our competition winners, signed up for public work. I didn't meet her yet, but I was chatting to her on LinkedIn. I think you were chatting to her as well.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Delighted, yeah.
Yeah.
Fab. Cool.
Republicofwork.com. Check them out. I'm in the studio here. You're obviously at home. Yes. But do you miss the studio? Well, you won't miss it. You probably miss it now in the next few weeks. What are they saying? March? Are they for lockdown?
Oh God, I don't know.
They're reviewing the 16th or something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. We'll see. Like I'm okay in my little office here.
Your bubble
that you can see on YouTube. But yeah, it's grand. Like I'm okay. I think it's better because I have like the mic and I have like a better setup now. So I'm okay with this. But long term,
nice.
Get me back to the studio, obviously. But yeah,
Hells yeah.
and yeah, and I'm excited. It's good to be back. Good to be back.
It is good to be back. It's good to vent. It's good to just get out there and talk. This podcast is sponsored by Republican Work. Make sure to check out republicanwork.com for when all this ends, or if you are an essential service, they are open to essential service people, so you can contact them and come in and work if you are part of the essential services. Come here, girl.
Yeah,
Loved it.
it was a pleasure. I will see you.
Do your famous catchphrase.
What's my famous catchphrase?
Oh my God.
Is it?
Bye.
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to sign off with that. All right. Bye.
Guys, thanks a million. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.